numbers behind the calculators. I'm just going to say a few quick words from the practical point of view, and then let's go online and use the Barrett calculator, which I think globally now is probably the most popular formula. Now, the Barrett suite of calculators can be found on the apacrs.org website. It's free of charge, and this is the formula I use every day. Now, when you go to the APACRS website, you will go to the drop-down menu here, and this is the Barrett suite of calculators. I'll talk a little bit about the universal calculator, which is used just for a spherical lens, okay? And I would say straight away that I don't use this very much anymore. I always start today, almost every case gets a toric calculator, and for the post-refractive eyes, I would use this. And this is really used pretty infrequently. Now, just a quick word about why the Barrett Universal tool works better than SRKT. Those of you who are still using, I hope that this convinces you. Now, we know from many papers that have been shown that the Barrett formula has the lowest prediction error for many things when you compare the different formulas up here. So that's why we use it. The traps in biometry, Hanbo alluded to that. Very long eyes, very short eyes, unusual K values, post-refractive eyes. Those are all minefields for us. And you've got so many formulas. Now, SRKT is widely used, but you can get problems with very myopic eyes, which is very common in our Asian population. SRK2 should no longer be used. Now, why is that an issue? That's an issue because IOLs change shape as you're using them in more and more myopic eyes. The change is that the IOL changes from convex to meniscus shape, and the math is different, and that's why you get refractive surprises in highly myopic eyes. Let's look at this example. This is a patient who's very myopic, 29 millimeters long eye, and if you use the SRKT, as was done in this particular case, SRKT, it would recommend an Alcon lens plus 0.5 for -2 outcome, plus 0.5 in the Alcon case, and for an AR40 that. But what happens if we do this with the Barrett Universal 2? You can see that the Universal 2 recommended a 1.5, 1 diopter difference for the AR40, and for the Alcon 60 is also a 1.5, so it's a 1 diopter difference. SRKT 0.5, Barrett Universal 2 1.5 diopters. Why is that? This OCT image of the lens in the eye shows you the biconvex thicker lenses, and when you go to the low dioptric power, you can see that the IOL shape has changed to a meniscus. The Barrett Universal 2 factors this in and protects you. You don't have to change formula, you don't have to get other things. This will give you the much more accurate outcome. So the Barrett formulas, Universal 2's unique selling proposition is that you really only need to use this one formula for all your biometry. You don't need to really think too much, and it's available on all biometers, and as I said, it's free. And this protects you a lot. So now, having said that, for the sphere, I would say that today, many of us in this room say, Dr. Chi, Dr. Pham, we implant 80% of our patients get a toric IOL. Far more than a spherical IOL or a non-toric IOL. So I always start by using a toric calculation. If I were to ask all of you out there, when do you do a toric calculation? At what level of K value do you do a toric calculation? What would you say? Anyone? More than 1 diopter. That's a very common answer, and I will tell you after today's talk, I hope you will throw that statement away. So you should do a toric calculation in every patient. Right? So let's go online now. For those of you, please go open up your browser. So I'm going to take you through the APACRS website. So if you go to www.apacrs.org at the top and enter, this is the screen that you're going to come up with. Okay, I'm just going to refresh this page. Go down to IOL formula, you can see the drop-down menu that I showed you. So those of you who want to do this with me, please do so. You're going to select the Barrett toric calculator. Oh, sorry. Okay. So if you open up the www.APACRS website, you go to the IOL formula, see the drop-down menu, select Barrett toric calculator, and then you've got to go down to the bottom of the page, say that you have to read and accept the disclaimer, accept, and then you're going to open up this page. Oops. Try that again. Okay. Now this is the page that I see every day in my clinic. At the end of my clinic, I open this up to do all my toric calculations. So when you go in here, say we're going to do a left eye in this case. Now on this right here, you see these two boxes saying optional K1, K2. That's what Dr. Pham mentioned just now. Some people like to take K values from other instruments and put it in. Don't do that, okay? Because use all your data from your primary biometer, whether it's LensStar or IOL Master. Use your own one, unless you're very advanced, you want to key in your own case. So don't use that box. Choose the left eye, say, and then key in your other data. Put in your name, put in the patient's name. Now the next thing, very important, is your personal constant. If you go to that personal constant box you see on the right, when you hit that button, a drop-down list of all the toric lenses that have been optimized for the Barrett calculator is there. Now, assuming that you use, say, we like to use the SN680X, which is the Alcon toric IOL as the most stable toric IOL, you can see once you select that, the A constant is optimized and put out here, and the lens factor. And let's key in the flat K and the steep K. So let's say this is 42 at 90, 42.5 at 180. This is only half a diopter of astigmatism, right? Just now somebody was saying 1 diopter before you start doing toric calculation. So for this, you probably wouldn't even have done a toric calculation. But this is what I'm hoping to change. I'm going to show you what the result is. Axial length, let's say a 24. ACD, let's say it's 4. Target refraction gain for 0. In the left eye, we'll key in the SIA. Now for those of you who are using incisions 2.4 or less, key in an SIA of 0.1. That's been shown mathematically to be the most accurate, and you don't put in 0.5, that's way too high. So 0.1 for your SIA if it's less than 2.4. Incision location is the left eye, so it's 0. Lens thickness, we'll say it's 4. White to white, let's say it's 4. White to white, we say it's 12. Now, okay, so we've got all the data input, and this is all the data I get from my IOL master. So if you're IOL master, put this in. If you're LensStar, you put in the whole set. Now, the most important button at this stage is the calculate button. The calculate button is what calculates your stuff for you. So you see that when I press calculate, it will now populate that chart down there. Okay, that chart down there, you can see that the data that I've inputted is inputted into the formula now. It tells us we've got 0.82 against the rule astigmatism. So it's no longer 0.5, it's 0.82. Now this is using one set of K data, and if I want to get the results now, I can just click on toric IOL. And this gives me that the result here, I should put a 22 diopter SN682 to give an outcome. But you all know that we now use several different biometers, and you're going to be much more accurate if you use different sets of K data. So if we go back to patient data here, we're going to press calculate again. Remember, always press calculate when you go here, and then go to the K calculator. What is the K calculator? Can you remember that button up there? It's very important. I press K calculator, it opens up this page, which allows you to input 3 sets of K data. So the first set I want to put in, if you select your biometer, which was the IOL master in this case, you key in 42 at 90, 42.5 at 180. That's the first set of data I put in on the previous page, if you remember. Okay? Now I use 3 sets of Ks. My second set of Ks is typically from an autokeratometer. And let's say for this, say it's 42.3, and say it's at 100. And put this at say 43 and 10. Now you've also got to click this box here called select to include. The computer needs to know that you want to use this data, and this is useful later on if you want to just compare say 2 sets of keratometer. You can deselect this box. Now the third machine I use is typically a pentacam, but you could use manual K, you could use any of the other machines if you want to, and let's call this a 41.75 and let's make this 110. Even further out, okay? And then let's move this down. Sorry. Sorry, let's key that back in. So you can just carry on practicing that while I just enter this data again. Remember again, once you key that in, you press calculate. First thing, you're going to select line here. Left. So you press calculate, it populates the line with the net significance there. Then we go to K calculator. That's the one where you input the 3 sets of data. IOL master, 42 at 90, 42.5 at 180. Select to include. So we go to auto K. Do that again. 2.3 and 100. 43 and 10. Select to include. This is for this one. Which is a pentacam, is my third set of data. So you will call it 41.75 and 110. Say 40.5 and 20. Select it. So you can see I've input 3 sets of K data and selected to include all of them. What's the magic button we press? Calculate. Yeah, remember calculate? And when you press calculate, you see that this box here on the right here will fill up. Press it properly. Stretch it. Wi-Fi is working. There's a runtime error. It fills the box. Problem there. So anyway, if you press that button as I showed you there, it would have brought you to the new measurement of the integrated K. Let's just try it one more time because that's important. I don't know what happened to that. There was a problem with that, obviously. Did anybody manage to get, have you all managed to input the 3 sets of K data?
Yes.
Okay then, can you press the calculate button and you should see that box on the top right fill in. Okay, then what you do is press patient data. Top left, patient data. It brings you back to the first page. Okay, from there you press calculate again. When you press the calculate again, it's brought that integrated K together with the axial length together. And now you press a toric IOL at the top. You see that button, toric IOL? And that has now given you a number. What has it told you to use now? And you will see at the bottom, sorry? Okay, and you will see at the bottom it gives you the name of the 3 instruments you applied. That tells you used 3 sets of K data to get a triple optimized K that you use for your toric calculation. And you see, it asks you to use a T2 or a T3. T2 to get the lowest residual astigmatism. T3. So what's the point I'm making? You see, at the beginning I showed you 42, 42.5. Many of you would not even have done a toric calculation. But it's telling you not to even use a T2. It's telling you to use a T3 because this is against the rule of astigmatism. As you all know, it's got half a diopter hidden against the rule, plus half a diopter that's on the front surface. That's why you're needing a T3. So if you learn nothing else from this talk, go home and use the toric calculator in every case on the Barrett because it factors in posterior cornea, and you'll find you get very much more accurate results. Any questions from anyone here about using the calculator? What I suggest you do, because again here it's difficult, maybe over lunch or during tea or tonight you'll play with the calculator, see whether you can get on with it or not, and if you have a problem with it, then tomorrow during the wet labs, and we can do some of this in the other room with those who are not doing the wet lab, and we can go over the use of this calculator again. But so that's using the Barrett toric calculator, which I hope is helpful to all of you. I'm sorry, there was a glitch here on the website. I couldn't get the calculator going, but you guys got it. So I'll just end there, and I'll ask Dr. Annette now to come up and give us his next talk. On difficult cataracts. Thank you. Thank you very much.